But I coached with Red Deer College Kings, of course, here with Ron Kraft, and we had some great teams and great years here there. Also coached with Dan McDonald with the midget Triple A's and in the 90s, and just great memories of coaching, and now in the last couple of years coaching my daughter in here too. So I mean it's been a long time. It's a great history and a great feel to the building, and these old buildings are special that way.
I like this rink. This rink has tremendous character. There's a lot of teams never enjoyed coming to Red Deer because they knew that they were in for a real good hockey game. And it was a little bit intimidating at one time, especially the old rink. It seemed like the fans were over top of the players. The benches were right beside each other.
I'd been to this rink before, but never to play in it before that time. So coming in here, it was a thrill. And for a lot of different reasons. I think the biggest thing was it had seats on both sides. Most of the rinks back then, you might have seating on one side or in the end, but the dress rooms, the lighting, the score clock, it just seemed like it was the big time.
The way they were built, I mean, they were all mostly wood, and they were built such unique structures in their time. I think some of the old buildings, they just have that smell and that feel of history.
When I came here, the city was 26,000 people, and the wrestlers were a big deal. So it was just a real big time in my life, and I remember the crowds. They were hanging off the rafters. When I first started playing, I was playing for Penocca Stampeders, and we came in against the Red Deer Wrestlers, and we had a real rivalry. So there was fights in the stands and old-time hockey.
I think I set a record for penalty minutes between Red Deer Rustlers and the Hobbema Hawks at that time, and I'm not sure if that one still stands. And I did a Calgary Canuck game with the Red Deer Rustlers, and at the final horn, the benches emptied, and we had like a big massive horseshoe from one red line to the other around one end.
Before they got stencils, and before they got a sort of a made-up logo that you could just put on the ice and then flood over it, we used to have to do that with a sort of old-fashioned way, which was a piece of paper, brown paper with holes in it, and you would put that down where you wanted it, and then you would put chalk on it, and then you would take a broom or something and pounce it.
It's an opportunity for citizens to come and to remember the great history and the impact that this arena, this facility has had on our community. But even more exciting is the opportunity to move forward. The opportunity to rebuild a facility, bring those memories in, but modernize it and create a brand new facility for the community as a legacy for a lifetime.
A lot of early mornings with practice. But there's no question Red Deer is definitely a hockey hotbed, and I'm glad to be a small part of it.
I'm going to take a walk out there when they get it all done and just stand in the crease, because that's where I was and won the championship.
This is about quality of life. It's the arenas of our community. It's the swimming pools of our community that bring people together. It's what builds community, builds relationships. So really, it's money for sure, but it's money well spent and investment in our children.
We're going to create some new memories and some new traditions, and for a lot of people coming up that maybe didn't have a chance to experience all the years that we did, it's going to be a great opportunity to do that in the new building. And the thread that ties us all together is that we're Red Deer, we're Central Alberta, and a building is a building, but it's the people that you meet along the way that create the memories of the building. And so it's time, and I can't wait.
I don't think I could have picked a better time to retire. If it had stayed another year, I probably would have worked another year, but it's been my home, so it's a good time to, call it a day. Go down with the ship, as they say.